Hi, my name is Gran, and what I'm trying to achieve by this presentation is to persuade the City of Ashtabula to have a better and more efficient recycling program. I will be addressing Ashtabula City Manager, Mr. Timonier, with hopes that he will advise the Department of Sanitation to implement a more effective recycling plan. Throughout this presentation, I will present the benefits of recycling and how simple it would be. So here's a picture of a landfill, and as you can see, that looks pretty hazardous, like not something you would want in your backyard. So landfills are extremely toxic. They release a harmful greenhouse gas, and the most common is methane. This gas is 21 times more hazardous than carbon dioxide. Also, non-chemical hazards such as dust and other things could go up into the air and pollute the air. Landfills also ruin our water supply. So when people throw away cleaning supplies, the toxins mix together and then they leak into the groundwater, which can also groundwater and surface water are also related. They go back and forth. So by polluting the groundwater, this pollutes surface water too, which could kill fish or other aquatic animals, as well as the animals that use that water as a source of hydration. So putting linings on landfills could also reduce this, but the most important thing could be recycling. This wouldn't happen if people recycled. There wouldn't be any trash in landfills. So a lot of opposition to recycling would say that even if an effective recycling program was put into place, that no one would even take advantage of it. But that's not true, and getting people to recycle is possible because according to EcoCycle, more people are willing to recycle than they are willing to vote. And 90% of what we throw away can be recycled, whether it be into compost or water bottles being turned into other water bottles. So currently Ashtabula's recycling plan is very weak, but it has a great deal of potential. One of the main problems that I've noticed personally is the small number of recyclable goods. A common household item that people recycle is glass, and many cities take this item, but Ashtabula currently does not do that. But if you go online to the environmental protection agencies recycling widget, you can see that by recycling just 10 glass bottles, you save enough energy to power a 60-watt light bulb for over 80 hours. Another issue that many people don't know about is what to do with their recyclables when they've collected them. Personally, my family is really big on recycling, and my dad goes to the drop-off location every other week. But the poor hours and limited recycling options make it a struggle even for citizens that are willing to go and drop off the recyclables. Also, the fact that there's only one place to drop off for an entire county is really difficult for a lot of people because not everyone lives close enough to this place, and because there's no curbside recycling, some people think it's more convenient to just throw away the recyclable goods, which isn't good. According to the Ashtabula County website, they should have started a curbside recycling program to customers north of Interstate 90 the week of August 3rd, 2015. So why is this still not happening? The bins are being stored somewhere, and no one is advertising the benefits of a recycling program, and no one even knows that it exists. So it's evident that the city has means for a curbside recycling program, but they just need to put it into action. So what is recycling? The Environmental Protection Agency defines recycling as the process of collecting and processing materials that would otherwise be thrown away as trash and turning them into new products. So many products can be recycled. Glass can become new glass, aluminum cans can become new cans, and that can happen pretty much indefinitely, they can be recycled forever. Steel is used for other steel products, and that can also be done pretty much indefinitely. And paper can be recycled into new paper up to 7 times. Plastic bottles can be recycled into new plastic bottles, or even into clothing, carpet, or auto parts. The list goes on. And there are many benefits to recycling. A study done by Matthew Franchetti and Prabhu Pillaru shows that recycling has been proven to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, as well as increase revenue due to lack of energy being used to create new goods instead of recycling others. Many people who oppose recycling on a large scale would say that the cost of recycling is much more than simply utilizing a landfill. But according to this graph retrieved by EcoCycle, the cost of recycling materials amounts to about $25 per ton, but using a landfill costs about $80 per ton. It has also been proven that recycling saves energy because by recycling only about 30% of our waste each year, it would save enough energy to reduce greenhouse gases by the same as taking 25 million cars off of the road. On top of this study, many other benefits of recycling remain. Recycling puts less waste in landfills, which will in turn lead to less pollution. We must think about the future and what kind of world we would want our great-grandchildren to live in. Reducing pollution and sustaining the environment is essential to keeping the earth a safe and clean place for future generations. Recycling also creates jobs. Curbside pickup, manufacturing, as well as organizing recycling would all need to be done, which would create new jobs and help boost the local economy. This graph displays that for every one job in the landfill, there are 25 jobs available for recycling-based manufacturing. The plan that I want the city to take is to make sure that curbside recycling is being executed. Because the means are already accessible, it should not be difficult to put into full effect. I made a phone call to the Department of Sanitation in Ashtabula and spoke to an employee who said that recycling has been very low lately, and also said that he believed that new recycling plan in promoting benefits, or as well as curbside pickup, would benefit the city immensely. Advertising this new plan and promoting the benefits of recycling is also essential. It is also important for the city to target those who will be most likely to recycle. As an example, this graph shows that office paper is the most recycled item. So making sure that offices have recycling bins for this paper, as well as making sure those businesses have access to curbside pickup, would really increase recycling. Ethical duty alone is the main motivation for 68% of those who recycle, and 90% say that they recycle to help the environment. Making flyers and advertisements that target these groups would really help increase recycling, which in turn would help the environment and so on. Thank you.